What's up, everybody?
Hola, senors.
Geektastic Cypher here on FranklinArmstrong.com.
Yep.
My name is Brian Doc Holliday. To my left,
Skin Deep, a.k.a. Marvel Man Skinny.
and live from the T-Dot,
Tobi, a.k.a. at that fit dude.
Yep.
OVO affiliated?
Are you yet?
I saw
That'd be
that
dope.
my cousin and them are, whenever they post videos, Blix and Lost One,
Yeah.
he always puts OVO affiliated.
Sorry, wait. Who's your cousin? Oh, okay.
Lost One's my cousin.
Lost One's your cousin?
Yeah.
Shout to Lost One. I didn't know like that.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Wow.
We're not blood, but, you know.
Yeah,
cousin.
the black people cousin type thing.
We grew up in Uptown together.
So by technical okay.
When he talks about how, one of the tracks they have, they talk about growing up with gunshots in the neighborhood. I'm like, yeah, we actually did see that. We actually did hear. We found needles in the streets. We saw people get beat up and jumped. And
Damn, fam Jace.
Okay. So
He's
he wasn't lying in this.
no, he's not lying. When he says that stuff,
He's got street cred.
it's legit. We did see stuff like that growing up. And, it's not like, it wasn't like,
Well, you grew up on Walkley, yes, of course.
But we grew up in Uptown over in Côte d'Ivoire.
Mm-hmm. I was just there Saturday.
I went to school in Côte d'Ivoire for 3 years.
Oh, yeah? Which school?
La Bois.
Oh, the high school.
The French high school.
Hot damn, for real?
You survived. Wow.
Yeah,
Yo,
before Lakeside.
Lavoie is
And then
hard.
we moved towards the end of grade 9, and then I went to Lakeside pretty much.
Yo,
after that.
Lavoie is hard.
Lavoie is known for some shit right there.
Yeah.
That's.
Yo, trust me, I've seen some shit.
But that's it. I grew
You
up.
wanna talk about seeing some shit.
I grew up down the street from Lavoie. I went to Bedford, which is the school that a lot of.
You're right there.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
right there. We played ball against Bedford all the time.
Yeah. That's That's crazy.
Shouts to Uptown and Lost One and, people adjacently over there.
I just didn't realize because I only really found him on Instagram recently because I hadn't been following him.
Right.
And then there was a sponsored post for one of the music videos that they did, and I was just like, oh, Lost One. I remember last time Markings was on my show when I was doing the hip hop show.
Yeah.
And I was like saying government names, and Markings like, wow, you mean? He's just like, yo, I know he's your fan, but I don't say government names like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Shout to you, Schmings, and I won't bring up your government name, even though I'd love to.
But it's just fun. That's why I'm not saying his government name right now, but, it's just funny.
They really get uppity about that, huh? It's
Do
like
they? I mean...
it's not even uppity. It's like legit, like,
They don't live by that name.
I know upteen producers, rappers in the city, legit, they're in my phone like we're the Justice League. I don't know your name. I don't know your real name. Couldn't tell you your real name.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
I know people who don't know my last name. They call me Holiday, and when I tell them my real last name, they're always just like, "But Holiday suits you so well." And I'm like, "Yeah, because
I'm gonna just stick with Holiday.
Yeah.
Me, I'm out here like Iron Man, just running around with the Kill Roberts everywhere. Like an idiot. Like, damn.
Iron Man
trying to get
Tony
robbed.
Stark.
What's funny is when Facebook first started, I didn't put my real name. I put Tobi Trice.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
for the longest time, people thought that was my
Well,
last
name,
name.
yeah.
It was hilarious.
You also had on MSN, you had TJ Slate, and that's where I took that name
Yeah.
and used it for my creative wrestler in WWE since like 2002.
Oh, no way.
And TJ Slate's still alive now, like still a character I use in like, every
No
game.
way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
How
dope.
did I never know
They
that?
actually made it to a point where you can, like, the announcers can call out letters, so you can call out TJ Slate in like WWE 16 to like now.
Oh, dope.
And I was like, yes, when he could do it. So, yeah. Shouts to Tobi for TJ Slate. Great name.
Oh, man. I forgot about that email.
I don't even know what that stands for. I was like, what is TJ Slate fan? I'm going to use it.
I like that you just used it.
It was a cool name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Anyways.
Yeah, so guys, this is Geektastic Cypher. We are a geek collective, Franklin Armstrong Collective.
Sure.
And Jaws D is not here today, but he's tuned in live. Shout outs to Jaws D.
Shouts to Jaws.
Jazz.
Anyone else who's tuned in on the live, thank you. We're on Facebook right now. If you guys want to check us out, facebook.com/FranklinArmstrong, DOTCOM. And then you can also hit us up on our live stream, which is what we use every week for the full show. That's Wednesdays at 6:30 on FranklinArmstrong.com/live. And if you just go to FranklinArmstrong.com, the front page, there's an icon on the top right that you can click, and it pops up a player that will play the show for you. So not much, just no heavy lifting, guys. It's real quick and easy to get to us on the weekly. So yeah, we got the DTD.
Yeah.
This DTD this week is selected by none other than Jaws D, who is not here. And we were all trying to get a little bit of information out of him to understand the selection.
What this DTD is about?
Yeah. So the DTD is called Battle of the Impractical Robot Cyborg Killing Machines. And in it is BB-8 from Star Wars versus the Daleks from Doctor Who versus the Jaegers from Pacific Rim. And
Okay.
yeah.
What?
So my only thing was when I saw the initial list, I didn't understand why BB-8 was part of it, because to me,
there's a Jaeger.
yeah, and then a Dalek, and then because BB-8 to me isn't a killing machine, like he's not really his prime. To me, as I understood it, the prime direct, like I guess prime directive, but the prime use for these other two characters are actual killing machines. Like Jaegers are used to defend the Earth against monsters, and the Daleks are xenophobic cyborg aliens who cross the universe to destroy things. And then you got BB-8, who was Disney's modern day attempt at R2D2 cute bip bop, you know, like
he's legit like a tin Furby.
Yeah. Tin Furby. So we got
DTD definitely confused me a bit too, but whatever.
Yeah, but we got him to explain it. So it's more, I guess, if anything, the title should have been Battle of the Impractical Machines, more so than Killing Machines. Because his reasoning behind selecting BB-8 is his design is impractical for what he's needed to do. And the same way the Jaegers are impractical in the sense that you need two pilots who are synced up to use it, and that's a long process, as we saw in the movies. Yep. And then the Daleks are impractical because they can't. He was saying that they can't really move around as easily, although they do levitate. They can. I don't know if he knew that from the show from Doctor Who, but they can actually fly around. That's why they don't really need to be able to climb stairs and stuff. But I get what he was saying. So
yeah, I understand.
So with that in mind, I'll go first because I already thought about this as soon as I got, because that was the thing, I was waiting for him to explain it, so as soon as I got it, I could be like, okay, now that I understand where you're going with this.
This is what I'm going to go with.
This is what I want to do. Yeah. So for me, I'm draining the Daleks, because the Daleks are essentially, like, unkillable machines. Like, they're so hard to get rid of. They have, like, shielding. They're one-shot killers. Like, they hit you with their beam, you're dead. It's not a, like, injury type thing. You get vaporized. That's what they do. They can fly. There's a huge collective of them. And then I'm teaming up with BB-8 and then I'm defeating the Jaeger. The only thing is I'm teaming up with BB-8 because he's the easier of the two to kill as my partner, and Daleks are xenophobic, so they're just going to kill him no matter what. That's one of the things about Daleks. No matter what you do with them, either you drain or team up with, they are going to kill everybody because Daleks don't let anything live.
Yeah, they have one objective.
Yeah, their whole objective is to wipe out anything they find inferior to them. They're like the Borg. If the Daleks and the Borg had a battle, that would be some dope shit. But in this case, I'm just gonna pick the Dalek and destroy everybody.
All right, what was Jaws' answer? Did you say that already?
No, I didn't say his yet. That's true. Okay, so Jaws' answer. Let's get it up here.
Let's get it on.
What did he say?
Get it on the floor.
So he is draining BB-8.
Yeah.
Because he's a Swiss Army knife, fixes ships, hacks buildings, hijacks, and
AT-AT. AT-AT.
It's called AT-AT? It's not AT-AT?
No, it's AT-AT.
Okay, cool.
You're a Star Wars head and you don't know that?
I always thought it was AT-AT.
And
I know.
Nah.
Like, everyone just sipped that tea.
Everyone's just like, nah.
My bad, y'all. And then he's going to team up with the Jaeger and then defeat the Daleks with stairs, which, once again, doesn't apply because they can fly.
He wants to drain BB-8?
He wants to drain BB-8, team up with the Jaeger, and defeat the Daleks. I think, because to Jaws Daleks can't climb stairs, but they can fly. So
have they had problem climbing stairs prior?
No, because they fly. So they don't. Sorry.
I don't believe BB-8 can climb stairs too. He doesn't look designed to climb stairs.
No, remember he has to use those grappling, like the he could shoot those like cables out and grapple.
Right.
I mean, that's slightly more practical.
Yeah.
I really wish Jaws had been here because it would have been so much fun to both get him to explain and also rag on him for this.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps things interesting, which is always
It's true. He always picks very interesting DTDs. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go next then.
Hit us.
I can't pass up being in a Jaeger, man. So
that's true. That's pretty dope.
Out of these three, I'll work at what's it called? The syncing thing again. What's that called?
Oh, I don't remember what it's called in the movie, but it's synchronization.
Yeah. Whatever. That's unforgettable. I was at the Hollywood premiere for this movie.
Yeah, in my head, I was just thinking, if anyone would know, you were the one person who saw the movie recently.
Hilarious.
man. So yeah, draining Jaegers because man, it's cool. It's like having your own Voltron or Megazord.
That
like,
is pretty cool. Yeah.
How could you not? Teaming up with I guess BB-8. If anything goes wrong with me, I can just.
Oh, that's true. That's actually a very logical way to approach that. That's fair.
Right?
Yeah,
that's the only use I see for him, and just like he's a pet, so if I'm bored.
He just rolls around the suit.
And nobody wants the KKK around. So.
That's true.
Oh, they're. Oh, yeah. Okay, then that's
the Daleks. Yeah, they're xenophobic. Their whole premise is kill anything that is not as good as us, and
like
nothing,
them,
and nothing is as good as them. So they just murder everybody. That's why I picked them.
This is a weird ass DD. Yo, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain a Jaeger. Nah. Yeah. Nah, cause you see.
Because you told me your answer earlier, so I thought I'm amazed you didn't.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's like with them Jaegers, like the way that arm just got busted up in the first one, and then like homeboy was mad traumatized, and then like you had the 3-armed one that just got taken down wicked easy. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to be BB-8 to just make sure that Bobo ass Jaeger that I'm with doesn't kill himself with a silly pilot that won't be like my boy there Pan Dameron or Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
Poe Dameron's gonna be piloting my Jaeger. So,
dope. Okay.
So at least we won't die.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be BB-8. I know nothing of Doctor Who, but you just told me about KKK and Dalek, and I'm just like, y'all can get out of here. Like, I'm not with it. Not with stairs, though.
Yeah.
We're just gonna defeat them. I mean, they can't be defeated, so it's gonna be pretty hard, but I'll figure something out. Yeah. That's it.
That's fair. That was a quick DTD.
That was a quick DTD. I think I will use this last bit to just address something quickly regarding. It's not going to go right into Infinity War, but regarding those who aren't satisfied with certain parts of Infinity War, Google, my people. All right, Google. If you want to know where the Black Order came from, I don't know. Let's do some basic math. If Thanos is coming to your planet and obliterating your planet, look at me. I'm your father now. Yeah. Simple. It's simple. Don't look over there. Look over here. I'm your father now. It's simple.
It's the same thing with Apocalypse and the Horsemen.
Yeah. He gets 4 horsemen. Thanos gets 4 horsemen. It's quick. He did some things. He sent out Loki. He sent out Ronan. They both failed. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna do this myself," and it just took him a couple years to get there.
Yeah.
Space travel is hard. Regardless of how powerful and smart you are, you can't just jump light years because you might mess yourself up.
Yeah, because he didn't have the stones.
Also, he had to he had to figure out a way to track the stones to begin with. So you have to understand that could have taken time in itself.
True. Right? He had to go to each.
So what we were seeing on the screen was literally him knowing exactly where they were, and he's just going all out attack now. That's it.
Probably took him like 2-3 years to figure out where exactly Earth was. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like damn, all on Google Maps. So yeah, people just need to relax with their like wants and stuff because you should just be happy that you saw a big purple man named Thanos with gems in a fisted glove type gauntlet beating people up, and it sold like $500 million, $800 million.
800.
Like y'all should be happy because this just means that we're gonna get so much more.
What's crazy about the whole how did he find the Asgardian ship? And I feel like what happened was the whole confrontation with Hela and Thor and stuff on Asgard is what literally
probably
caught his attention.
Yeah, he's like, right? Oh, what's that?
How would he know that Loki had the Tesseract?
What's that explosion? That doesn't look right. So that's
the whole realm that just went down.
All I'm saying is people use your imaginations. If you call yourself a fan, but you're only going to go watch movies, you know what? There's a little thing called the internet, a little thing called Google. It's at your phone. It's at your computer. It remembers your history from device to device. So it's really that easy. Stop being lazy. Go do it your damn self.
But honestly, when people ask me, I actually get excited to explain.
It's true.
I do too, but when they try to do that as if Marvel left it out and they should have done this, you need to shut up because you're the same people that wouldn't go see the same said movie and then they would fail. So it's like,
of course. But listen, I have nitpicks about the movie, which I'm sure we'll get into.
We'll get into. We'll definitely get into. But it's not like.
But they're keyword here is nitpicks.
Yeah.
This was probably as perfect a movie with that many people.
25.
25 people.
As we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't give me no Bobo complaints about how to get that power stone because they said it. If you need to see all that, then you need an imagination. Get out of here.
Yep.
All right.
Do we did we want to talk about Kanye? Did we want?
Yeah, let's hit. Okay,
before we actually get into the
quick spits about Ye because
I said what I felt was happening. To be honest, when Kanye does all this, it's usually a publicity stunt. Something's happening.
Yes.
And I feel like this was okay. So if for those who don't know, Kanye went on TMZ and just started ranting off and said a few things. Some that make sense, a lot that didn't.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said was that slavery is a choice.
Yeah.
Now, what myself got from that, taking the crazy out of the context, and going into the deep root of it, he's saying mental slavery.
Yeah.
I may be giving him too much credit, but that's what I got from it. But I do know that this guy needs some help because the way he's actually trying to get people to see his points is kind of.
Well, like we said, he can't articulate his arguments.
No, he cannot.
Yeah.
He
Geminis were not good at that.
So what I was going to say is the TMZ thing to me felt kind of staged. They knew he was coming.
Yeah.
Cameras were, obviously they know this, right? So they just figured, we'll get some views. Kanye's going to come rant. And probably what happened was this black guy in the back was like,
I can't deal with this crap no more.
What did he just say? Like everything else was fine until he said slavery was a choice. And then this guy was like, okay,
that's enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And then just let Kanye have it.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't listen to it.
So.
I honestly didn't. I didn't watch the TMZ thing because I personally don't support anything TMZ.
Okay.
Dude, it's actually cringe to watch, but it's nice to watch because you can kind of see someone standing up to almost. It's weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like bringing him down to reality. You kind of see Kanye hit reality a little bit.
I'm with
but then
that.
there's certain points where he tries to jump in, but the guy didn't stop.
Yeah.
You see that?
I'm with that, and I appreciate said guy, but and this could be. Seen as whatever, but listen, if you work at TMZ and you're a black male anyway, so I'm talking about the light-skinned dude with the dreads, and I'm talking about big dude in the back, and I'm talking about fat, chubby black guy. You're all all of you are Sean Connery to me.
Oh, damn.
So don't come out here trying to get mad at Ye. Yes, you can. That puts you on a platform. You're like, you see that black dude on TMZ who gave Kanye the business? Oh, man, he's super woke. Where were you when they're saying anything else that was despising black people before? You still continue to work there. Get out of here, Sean Connery. Leave.
You're gonna get. I mean,
leave without a fuss.
Sean Connery.
I understand what you're saying. I probably wouldn't go as far as calling them that. They gotta work.
Uncle Tom.
So they gotta. Even if their job is a little bit smutty, they gotta work.
Yeah.
But it's true.
For me, one of the
Kanye shouldn't be getting the stage anymore.
No. So my whole thing is, once again, Tobes, you and I have said it before. It is all publicity.
Yeah, we all know
everything that started out, the first initial thing, I tried to explain to people. I refer to it as algorithm baiting. I don't know what the maybe the marketing term for it would be, but algorithm baiting to me is when that by creating some kind of viral instance, the algorithms that run all the social media will start to include you in the feeds more often because people start either liking or commenting on things and then that involve this person, and then on top of that they are all tweeting and hashtagging and everything about it. So your feed starts to fill up with it because the algorithm says, oh, you now have this point of interest, let's give them more of what they want.
True.
One of the things that Kanye, so Toby and I were talking about this also. Toby, you said almost like a Luther to Obama, the a la Key and Peele. You almost feel that you wish you could be the Luther for Kanye because people aren't getting
interpreter.
Yeah. And I agree with you. Same thing. So for those of you who've heard some of the things that he said, and for the conservative woman, and I don't remember her name, that Kanye shouted out, and they were talking about how the state of mind. Actually, I'm not even going to say it the way I'm not going to say that's how they said it because they didn't say it this eloquently. What some of them are trying to say is that the mentality of a victim that the black community has from being slaves and the history of it is perpetuated through the culture we live in.
Right.
It's so deep, dude.
Yeah.
It runs so deep. It happened for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Do you not understand? Do you think that's easy to erase?
Exactly.
It's not.
Why do you think we wear 100-pound gold chains and stuff?
Yeah, it's embedded in the culture that
it's in there. It's almost in our DNA.
Yeah.
And I say "our" as a generalization. I obviously wasn't part of the American history. But it's
so.
It's in there.
Oprah tried to say it, and she didn't say it properly when she said we need to let go of slavery, because she said it once, and people got mad and said the Jews don't let go of of the Holocaust. Why are we letting go of slavery?
Yeah, because they build and prosper off of it. They don't just say, well, we want to.
Yeah. So I'll explain to you. I'll explain to people the way I studied it in school, and I'll do it really quick. Interpersonal communication.
Wow.
We did a whole section on how the mind and the body are connected, and a person who finds out that they're sick, who gives into the sickness, allows their body to wither. Tobi, if anything, you probably, as someone who does health, the mind is probably as important to your health as anything else when it comes to the physical, right?
Very. They complement each other.
Yeah. So what I think, and this is, once again, what I think they're trying to say, what Kanye was trying to say, what Oprah may have been trying to say all those years ago, what that conservative woman that Kanye was shouting out recently was trying to say, is when black people in the communities allow themselves to live in this mind frame that we are slaves or descendants of slaves, and that's how we'll always be seen, and that's how the system treats us, and that's the only thing that we're going to be forever, then because we live in that and think that way, that's how we're always going to be. Because if you take the community as the body, if the mindset of the community is this is how they treat us, then that's all we'll ever be. However, the problem with what they're saying negates a lot of the social social political issues that are affecting that. So the same way that I'm using the analogy of the body with cancer and a body, the way the social political system is like radiation. So as much as it's in our minds and we have to, as a community, work on the bodies, we can't pretend like there's not radiation trying to give you a third arm out there.
This is true.
Poison.
Yeah.
However, to continue with the radiation coming at you.
Yeah. You shield yourself.
You shield yourself from the radiation, right?
You work on
You work on shielding yourself from the radiation.
Yeah.
But with the slave mentality / which I understand what they're trying to say, they're more or less saying that time things go wrong for black people, they're just jumping right back to oh well, we were slaves. Like, you could simply just cut that. And like it's like really like cutting the prequel from a modern story. Just talk about the current events. So basically, like, don't go back to slavery. Just go back to like what happened to this, with this situation. What about this situation? What about the fact that Flint still has dirty ass water? What about like this and this? Like, talk about that stuff and don't go back there.
Yeah, you don't have
more important and pressing issues happening right now.
Yeah.
And which is why I said Kanye, though he may have a point somewhere, giving him the stage like this just distracts from the actual
thing.
Now it's about Kanye saying this versus what Kanye said.
But that's what they want.
Yes,
they want
exactly. So, which is why I'm not going to be here bashing him or joining in. I never do that.
Listen,
I really don't care. I look at it objectively.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is what's happening, but I'm not going to start throwing stones at people because I know I've been in the wrong before too. I'm not as outrageous as him because he goes overboard.
Yeah.
A lot. Like this whole campaign and what's it called? Trying to go viral, posting random tweets and stuff like that. That's already extreme, but this is a cycle. He goes to the extreme almost every single time and does something that gets him hated. Taylor Swift, Sway, this.
The Joe Budden podcast.
Oh, they were bad.
He disappears for a bit.
Yeah.
Comes back, does a few interviews. He's all nice and calm and kind of smiling. Releases something. Disappears for a while. Boom, again. Same. Like, this is a cycle, guys.
Rory on the Joe Budden. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Rory needs to stop. Anyway, go ahead. You go on. Yeah, you need. Because I'm going to go on with this.
Rory's joke about how when you guys give him a keyboard and he has Wi-Fi, what do you expect's going to happen? I mean, it's not wrong. Every time Kanye gets into the studio and is working on music, and I mean, Rory referred to it as a manic episode. I just think it's that he's going through his process, and whatever his musical process is, he starts to either maybe he partakes in taking more supplements that might cause it. I don't know what his process is, but whatever he does, his mind and the way he thinks tends to change.
That's what I'm saying. This is a cycle. This is something I've seen before. This is not new, guys.
I'm gonna bust this wide open because everyone's gonna really understand. He's already won,
and then we'll close it up.
Yeah, we'll close it.
We'll jump in.
Like, literally, he's already won. All y'all are talking about him, including us. He's already won.
Yep.
Rory, Joe Bud, and Maul, all y'all need to shut up, because if you are so mad about a man with this kind of opinion, don't talk about his opinion on your huge-ass platform. Talk about your opinion. Talk about stronger black people that are doing good things for the community. Don't talk about Kanye if you don't agree with Kanye. If you're so mad about one black man's opinion.
Were they mad about what he said?
Everybody's mad. Every black person in the world is mad. Instead of using the same social media that we all have, the same Google, the same Twitter, the same Facebook, and speaking your own voice. Why is it up to Kanye?
I will agree with you.
Can I ask something?
Because
I didn't actually watch the part where he said the amount of did he actually say 400 years of slavery? Did he actually use those words, or did he say did he say 400 years of slavery was a choice, or did he say slavery is a choice?
I don't know.
Oh, that I don't remember.
Because people, that could be
right? Because everyone's
Purple Monkey
running with the
dishwasher
narrative that he said 400 years of slavery was a choice.
Yeah.
Right? That's the issue. That's the thing. So I have to look into that myself.
Yeah, we should look into that.
I honestly don't think Kanye would have. He's not smart enough. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like something he would have said.
The biggest question. So Kanye says 400 years of slavery was his choice.
Yeah.
So the fuck what?
Yeah, I mean,
who cares? That's not my opinion.
Again,
that's not yours.
Once again, what Skinny's trying to say is, if everyone got as up in arms about the other social issues in the world as much as they do about Kanye talking about his perspective of social issues in the world, we would actually be able to make change. But it's easier to attack a celebrity than it is to actually talk about Flint, and that's pretty much the point.
I don't see none of my white friends. I don't see none of my white friends talking about Flint, Michigan, or
Trayvon.
But they're all mad at Kanye. All mad at Kanye. So that's it. That's it. Gone. Avengers now.
All right.
Yeah.
Off this fucking downtrodden thing, and let's get to the fun stuff.
Yeah. Just one note. Michelle Franklin said he said 400 years was a choice. So, anyways, but we'll have to look into that after.
Oh man.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Well.
Ooh, that could open something. Thanks, Michelle.
Guys, for all of you who are tuning in on the live stream right now, thank you very much for tuning in. But once again, we are switching over to not the Facebook Live. We're going to be switching over to the live stream itself on FranklinArmstrong.com/live. So if you guys want to check that out, please click on the link. We put it in the live stream on Facebook. It's right there. Just click on it right now. You'll switch over immediately. You'll continue to hear us because we're going to be going into our View the Right Thing Avengers Infinity War edition. So we're going to be talking about the whole movie. All of us have seen it. So just to let you guys also know, spoilers. We are not going to be holding back. I originally was thinking maybe we could hold a week, but I really didn't want to, and none of the guys did either. We all really want to talk about it. So if you guys have not seen the movie yet,
too bad.
Yeah, $800 million so far. I feel like y'all have seen it. Like,
yeah, come on now.
I don't even think
I've seen it twice. So
I was supposed to see it twice. I didn't get to see it last night. Long story, but yeah, we're gonna make that switch right now. So if you guys are tuned in, once again, thank you for tuning into the Facebook Live. That's we do it at the beginning of the show every week, so you can tune in about like 6:25 on Franklin Armstrong Facebook and check it out. But we're going over to View the Right Thing right now. So peace to the Facebook Live fandom, and shout outs to everyone who's still tuned in on the FranklinArmstrong.com/live. So guys, this is it. This was the movie. 18 movies in the making, baby.
Yeah.
Did they do it?
Of course they did. We knew they would.
First
impressions. Did
they did it?
They did?
It's fantastic.
They did it.
They did it.
They did.
Yep, they did it.
They did
it.
They
did that.
Like at this point, I knew what to expect in terms of cinematography. We've seen different kinds all across different movies, all the different movies and stuff like that. What I wasn't sure of is how they were going to fit, and I'm sure a lot of people weren't sure, is how they were going to fit all of them and give them all enough to be memorable.
Yeah.
All these characters that we've met over the course of the past decade. And man, the flaws that I'm going to point out later are barely anything to even write home about.
Yeah,
That's how good this movie is.
It's just the small things that you're just like, oh, I would have done this differently.
Right, exactly. What about you guys?
My first impression of the movie, funny enough, when it started and I saw the whole, and like I said again, spoilers. We're telling you guys right now. I don't want to get no messages from people being ticked off that we spoiled the movie. I'm telling you, we're going to spoil the movie. So my first impression of the movie was, and I did, and Skinny, you're probably going to be a little annoyed with me. I did wonder why we didn't get to see the first stone get picked up. It starts off with us.
With the Xandar thing?
Yeah.
Does it make more sense now that I said the Nova thing?
No, I mean, I already figured that out.
Oh, okay.
Because it was just a moment of the movie starts off, he
And it's
already
like-
has a stone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I wouldn't have minded seeing what happened. What's up with that? But I get why we didn't need to, because we've had 18 movies so far. We don't need to see every single scene of every single thing. It's the type of thing where if you give me 90% of the information, I should be able to kind of understand that 10% myself. And the movie did that exact thing. It starts off.
We just
There
saw
was
him.
no predicting where things were going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just saw him kill an entire ship full of people, so I can imagine what he would do to a planet.
Yes, exactly.
And if it's going to be an hour of him and his Black Order all together killing a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So
No, that's
here's the
fair.
thing.
That's fair.
We got word before, like a year or so ago, or I don't know, a couple years ago now, that they were not naming a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah,
right.
true.
But in our heads, did you guys go in thinking it'd be a part 2? Correct.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There is no way
Now,
you could tell
did
the
you-
whole story in one movie, even if it's 2.5 hours.
Now, did you actually think he was gonna collect all 6 stones in this one movie?
200%, yes.
Yes. I did think you would have all the stones in this
Yes.
one movie. I just didn't know how they were going to end it. I
Where
was
yeah, I know what you mean.
in my head, because remember, we've talked about how the second one was going to be more of the repercussions of him getting the stones and possibly either winning, or the repercussions of them beating him, but the fallout from the defeat of defeating him.
Right. And I think you guys, if I remember correctly, Doc, anyway, you were leaning more towards he does succeed, people do die, but he's also gone.
Yes, and
then they're
I
dealing with the next phase after
yes.
that.
So my thought process was going into this movie, he's going to get all the stones. He is going to kill some people. They're going to go off and fight, and they are going to defeat him. And the next movie is dealing with the loss of certain people, or trying to figure out how to bring those people back with the stones, if they could figure out how to use the stones, if the stones didn't get destroyed. That's what I thought the movie was going to be. I was happily surprised the way they ended it. I mean, it was almost a little too predictable when it got to the end, and, the last stone is being taken care of, and then the last stone's being taken.
But there was still enough time, and again, we've already told you guys, spoiler here.
Yeah.
At this point, when Thor out of nowhere comes finally face to face with Thanos again after the whole how many hours?
Yeah,
axe through the boy's chest
and strikes him with the axe,
Stormbreaker, baby.
And then he's with the Stormbreaker, and he still gets that snap off, as he said to Thor, you should have gone for the head.
Yes.
Which was, oh man,
Such
honestly,
a good
I've never
line.
liked the bad guy so much.
I know.
And I'm gonna get into this laughter. So I thought, okay, he's gonna do that, but okay, he's still gonna die. But that didn't happen.
No, I'm glad
You know what I
he
mean?
didn't die.
I actually was still on the same narrative as you, saying,
Yeah.
okay, he's gonna feed.
Did
but
you
he's
think
gonna
he
die.
was-
And then I was like, oh, it's happening. He's gonna die, but he just did it. Everyone's dying.
Did
And
you think he was going to be one of the casualties of his own decision?
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
that's what.
Exactly.
Dude, I
'Cause they
would.
showed him in the soul realm after he snaps his finger.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
preach
it happened.
Yeah, that's
I thought I
100%.
predicted it, but no, they didn't.
I know.
Another 180. And
I
they're
know.
Like, whoa, he's just chilling. It looked like Wakanda to me at the end. By the way, I'm like, this
Yeah.
guy's just chilling in Wakanda
Yeah, he's just on
the lake somewhere.
Well, funny enough, so I did go and reread the Infinity Gauntlet, and that scene.
Snap finger?
No, the Snapfinger happens, but it happens very differently in the comic book.
Yeah.
But the scene at the end with him sitting out, looking out into the
Yeah,
field,
it happens.
content, is in the comic book,
It's
and
Farmer Thanos.
it's exactly how the original one ends. But the original, like the whole story, because the original is 6 issues, I think.
Yeah.
And it actually ends with him sitting, looking out into a field, content with everything that's gone.
I did that shit. Yep.
Insane.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. The Drax and Mantis scene with the Reality Stone, where he turns one to blocks and one to Jello or
Yeah.
something.
In the
comics.
That's in the comic too.
He did that to Star Fox and Nebula.
Yeah. It was impressive. I didn't think they were gonna do.
They did a lot from the comic.
Yeah.
A lot of the
They
things
did a
that
lot
they
from the comic.
did. Oh my gosh.
I didn't think they would take that much from the comic, to be honest.
They pulled off. They made me believe this guy. They humanized Thanos so much.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so can we go into?
I still hated him though.
What's that?
I still hated him though. Did you like him as a
here's the
character?
thing. I liked him a lot.
Okay, because he was
Like,
thought out.
Well thought out.
Okay.
He was sounded.
He
Josh
was-
Brolin did an amazing
Yes.
job with the voice acting here.
Yes.
He sounded very real, even though he's CGI.
Yes.
I believe this guy was real.
I agree.
Just by the way he was emoting. So can we actually go into what didn't work for a second?
Sure.
Since we're on the subject of Thanos here. So in the comic books, his motivation or his reason for doing this is because he's the Mad Titan. He's just crazy. He's psycho. He's obsessed with death, and then also obsessed with the personification of death, which is Hela.
Yeah.
So when Hela showed up in Thor, the Ragnarok,
it's not Hela though.
It's Lady Death.
It's just Lady Death.
But
yeah.
But to us, Hela was kind of that representation, right?
Oh, interesting.
She came back from.
Okay.
At least that's what I thought. I thought we were gonna bring Hela back.
Oh no, I'm not against that. I just didn't see it that way. But that's an interesting take. Yeah. That's fair.
It's like, remember how I brought up earlier? How else did he know about where the Tesseract being on Asgard? You know, like I thought maybe Hela told. You know, I thought there was a link there somewhere, which ended up not being so. So my whole theory got thrown out the window. But that would have been cool.
That's not a crazy theory though. I'm not hating that because I see what you're saying. Because that's one thing for me that I found bothered me a little bit is, don't get me wrong, he is the Mad Titan. That is his. He is crazy. I read that Thanos origin story that they came out with a little while ago, where him as a child. He always sees this girl. She's always telling him how to kill things. He starts to kill couples. He starts to kill more people. Everyone
he was also an outcast, right?
Yeah, he's an outcast. Everyone on the planet is confused because they've never had a serial killer or even murders to begin with. So they're trying to figure out, why are all these people going missing? What's going on? And you find out throughout the whole thing, it's Thanos. But even crazier is that girl he's been seeing ever since he was a child is Death, and no one else can see her.
Yeah, but she don't talk to him anyway. So
in the comic book, she talks to him.
But so
in the comic book, when he was young, she's the one that spoke to him.
So when he was a kid, she spoke to him, but then as he got older, she just turned into a straight bitch and stopped talking to him.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly how the story is.
Wow.
Which makes
talk about how to make a guy who's
crazy. Wow.
So his motivations is understood in the comic books, right? But in this movie, they made him his cause so noble, which is why I liked him. That's exactly why I liked him. I'm like, oh, Killmonger had the same sort of what's it called? I felt the same about Killmonger as I did about Thanos in this movie, but even more so because I knew he was powerful enough to pull it off. So I was in this weird conflict zone. I'm like, man, I really do like him. I actually don't care if people die. The only death I'll tell you right now, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people that marked me a lot, was the Spider-Man death.
I loved it.
And it was him, the whole I don't want to die, Mr. Stark. I was like, oh.
Dude, there's someone who posted a meme saying the reason that Peter Parker's took so much longer is because his spider sense kicked in and told him something was wrong, and he knew he was going to go.
Oh, because his first thing he said was, I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
Mr. Stark.
And he starts, so the whole thing that they're saying is the reason he's talking so much is because he was the only one who knew what was about to happen.
When it was coming.
Whereas the other ones, they were just standing there and then it was too late. But Peter Parker's spider sense told him, something's wrong. So he's doing this whole emotional, and you're like, oh, this is sick. Also, he's a kid. That is the best way to remind us he's a child.
The nigga told you to stay on Earth. He told you.
That wouldn't have saved him, though.
Told you.
It wouldn't
stay home.
It wouldn't have saved him.
No, it wouldn't have saved him. Yeah. But he wouldn't have been like, Mr. Jack, I don't want to go to him. You probably would have been deep in some girl at home. You know what I mean? Come on.
That was probably the best way for him to he made the whole everyone fading away. He marked that whole event just by his appearance. I love Tom Holland again.
He did the best.
So what exactly about this didn't work? Because you've just been praising Thanos.
Well, okay.
I'm like, what exactly about this didn't work? Because you've been praising Thanos. So I'm just kind of like, okay. So
no, what I'm saying didn't work was the fact that his cause, he was Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, interesting.
It became this whole purification thing versus the whole Mad Titan. The Mad Titan thing was lost on me. You shouldn't have called the Mad Titan in this movie at all. He was literally just a guy who was strong enough to pull something up and he did it.
I don't think they call him the Mad Titan in this one.
They say he's from Titan.
I'm pretty sure.
They say he's from Titan and they call him Thanos. And Gamora explains that ever since she was a child, he's been obsessed. So if they do call him the Mad Titan, Gamora means it as he's just obsessed with doing this balancing thing. Whereas in the comic book, though, he's actually broken. He's mentally unbalanced. So, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe they did call him Mad Titan, but the reference for Mad would be a little bit different.
He's the Mad King.
Yeah. Anyway, his whole sustainability and wiping out the half of the universe to save planets. So
I
could have done with
Someone pointed this out in one of my groups on Facebook, one of my blurred groups, and I found it very interesting. And then my girlfriend actually gave me the counterpoint to it immediately.
Uh-oh.
Someone said, I know, it was very interesting. Someone said, if Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet and can do anything in the world, why don't you just create enough resources for everyone as opposed to wiping out half the people?
No, because it'll never be enough.
Bong! That's what my girlfriend said. My girlfriend was just like, you can do that, but it will literally never be enough because population growth will just keep going and people will continue to hoard, and that is the reason why he had to go about it this way. And I was just like, both of y'all messed me up because I didn't think about what she was saying, and I didn't think about what you just said. Y'all just took it way further because I just went in to watch a movie with a bunch of superheroes fighting a purple dude, and y'all bringing out this logic.
Grimace
and there's
a lot that
university level thought process. No, but I mean, that for me, that was the one thing. It's not that it didn't work, but I would say that the way they depict the motivation wasn't as clear for me. But I mean, I may have been jaded by the fact that I'm a comic book fan. So for me, there's just a lot going on.
Like I said, it's a nitpick because it does work overall.
Yeah.
It's just it's not something that's really actually it is kind of they come back to it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's not something that takes you out of the story.
Yeah.
Like a lot of something else like that would, yeah.
One thing that that did bother me, once again nitpicking, Ebony Maw's death.
Which one? The off-screen type joke?
No, Ebony Maw's the one.
Getting sucked through the...
Ebony Maw in the comic book...
For legal reasons,
he's still alive.
But yeah.
He's probably still alive. I don't doubt that.
We only saw him frozen.
Yeah. I just think it was a little weak to dispose of him that easily and that quickly. That to me felt like...
Did you guys think since Disney has Marvel and Star Wars, they just took Leia's death? overlaid Ebony Maw? For me, it was funny. More an issue of... it was for me, it was more... It felt like a runtime edit. They're just like, yo, how long's the movie? 2:30? Okay, how do we kill this dude? Oh, okay, just suck him out of the ship real quick.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm just saying that felt like a quick runtime situation because
dude, he's too strong. He could take out Tony Stark and Spider-Man. He's way too strong.
How are you that strong?
That's something else that pissed. Okay, so since we're on the topic of things that didn't work, the Hulk.
Oh,
okay. One of the first things that we're given in the first 5 minutes is Hulk getting his ass whooped by Thanos.
It was a good fight at first until someone got too brave. Yeah.
As soon as I saw Ebony Maw go, let him have his fun. I was like, oh man.
No, yeah.
All right.
I agree. Same feeling.
I know what's happening here. But the Hulk is the strongest superhero.
Yeah.
This guy has an endless... What's that?
He's the strongest one there is. That's his whole line.
Yeah. So where was the anger? Where was the rage? Where was all of that to keep the Hulk going?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see... Banner and Hulk have been having a little bit of a relationship issue since Ragnarok.
Yes.
They haven't been on the same page. Like, Hulk wouldn't let Banner out, and then when he got Banner back, then I guess he didn't want to, like... I don't know. All I'm saying is...
No, but then he came out, and then he fought Thanos. He's literally the only thing I got from that was him and Banner fixed the relationship, and now because he couldn't beat Thanos or he got his ass whooped, he's not going to come out. Where I had a problem with that in the comic books. Hulk would never, even if they hate each other, they've had moments where they disagree, but Hulk would never let Banner die.
Yeah.
He would never put him in danger.
Yeah.
And how many times did they put Banner, like literally Banner dies, the Hulk's dead. Why would the Hulk want to die?
I agree.
True.
I agree. I mean, there were times where the truck, where the car going through the portal almost fell on top of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all he did was roll out of the way, and in my head I was just like, no, see, those close death instances are exactly when the Hulk pops out.
Yeah.
In the comic book...
Do you remember? Yeah, sorry.
In the comic book, Bruce Banner puts a gun to his mouth, pulls the trigger, and the Hulk spits out the bullet. That's the story of the Hulk. So the fact that...
In the movie The Incredible Hulk, he jumps out of a helicopter to awaken the Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was weak. It was weak. I mean, I guess that it was the whole psychological defeat, but the Hulk is.
But you also can't have too many OP people on
screen. That's what I'm saying.
This is the power discrepancy again. Vision was way too weak in this.
Oh my god, that's another thing that pisses me off.
I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it should piss you off as it should just be like factor it in though, because
he's not that fucking weak.
Yeah, he isn't that fucking weak. But if he had Vision literally just be like with his stone, mew mew mew, all the Black Order's dead. All the Black Order's dead. If you literally had Hulk and Vision running around and then Thor showed up, there's no movie.
Well,
There's no
But yeah,
struggle.
the thing with Vision also is they again they cover their asses. Everything we're saying right now, they cover their asses in the movie and give us a reason enough to get past it.
Yeah.
In this situation, he doesn't see it coming. This axe.
Yeah, sure.
Shot, and then he's like, "Oh, it's messing with my phasing abilities." So this whole time, you're supposed to believe something's poisoning him constantly.
It is though, because in the comic book, Clovis Clave's like sickle is. Like can cut through an atom, like it can cut through anything. Right. I think it's the one thing.
So it's just taking him a while to heal.
Yeah, I think it can even cut vibranium. It's so powerful. Like this thing can cut through anything in the universe. Like that's how powerful his blade is. So yes, don't get me wrong. Him going through Vision made perfect sense, but Vision can usually. Seal back up, heal. Especially when Wanda is out there giving you those damn stitches in her reality stitches, and you're just sitting there like, go on without me. It's like, you man, I was so mad at that scene.
Wanda should have just been fighting more. She shouldn't have been doing all the stupid.
True. Yeah, she should have just left him so that he could try and heal himself because his robotic body should have been able to heal.
And that goes back to did any characters not? Oh, we didn't do with any change. But I was gonna say to the last point, Wanda didn't get enough screen time for me.
That's a good point.
She didn't get enough for me.
You think she didn't? When you say screen time, you mean she didn't get enough fighting?
She didn't get enough. Like everything she was doing was tending to Vision.
Yeah,
everything was tending to Vision. Like,
that's true.
You can destroy an Infinity Stone with your powers. Like if you guys didn't put that into the last 5 minutes of the movie, I would have been like, why isn't this chick out here? Like
so again, Marvel does this thing. Every time we say something that they think of this. Yeah. This is when Scarlet Witch finally comes into the battle. What does Okoye say?
Yeah,
where has she been this whole time?
Yeah. That was funny. That was funny.
Also, that fight wouldn't have been that long though.
True.
Yeah. Also, that fight wouldn't have been that long.
Yeah, Proxima Midnight Proxima Midnight is a lethal fighter though. Yeah. So I mean, is it her? No, she doesn't have a blade. So yeah, it is.
Yeah, she has a staff. She has a spear.
She has a staff.
That with that kind of end cut spear.
But she got dealt with very quickly by Black Widow, Captain America, Falcon.
Yeah,
she got dealt with then, and then she came back, and then she got dealt with again by
Black Widow,
Okoye, and was it Shuri or no? Black Widow, Okoye.
Oh no, it's Scarlet shows up. Yeah.
Got blown up in the shield, right? That was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Cole Obsidian died off screen, right?
The dome that covered.
Not Cole Obsidian.
Yeah, Cole Obsidian.
No.
Black Dwarf, the big guy.
No, yeah. Well, Proxima's husband.
Oh, Clovis.
Yeah.
Or Clovis, I don't remember.
Clovis, whatever his name is, but yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Yeah. So I mean, again,
the Vision. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. That you're right. Those are nitpicks because they're small things in the grand scheme of the movie. The movie still works. Right. But yeah, those things. Hulk. Vision, Scarlet Witch not being used as much as she could were three things that did actually bother me quite a bit. And I agree, it's not that you could rewrite it to make it better, to fix those things because you needed those pieces to fall the way they did. I mean, the other thing that kind of bugged me was a little bit was Groot. I get that Teenage Groot was everything everyone was excited to be.
He didn't do anything. What did he do? Give his wood for
the Stormbreaker. Yeah. See, that bugged me. That bugged me a little bit only because you're not wrong. It's a hammer axe. It's like that flip side one. Yeah. That bugged me a little bit because adult Groot done had that strength.
Yeah.
So for him to come in as teenage Groot and to be playing games the whole time.
Yeah.
And then, he does finally show up for the battle at the end.
Yeah, but again, it's this whole thing. I realize what they're doing is they're just trying to manage powers because they don't want too many. It's just all going to be.
I guess
the heroes would probably have stood a better chance. Falcon should have been dead by that in that battle.
Oh God, yes. Sorry, Falcon. Not that we don't love you, but
when I saw the humans lining up against, I saw Falcon. What's his name? Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Sorry, White Wolf. All the humans without powers going up against those aliens. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
They should be dead.
Shout out to Bucky picking up Rocket and using
that's
him.
all he had to do. But okay, let's factor that in though. How often did you see Falcon on the ground? He was smart about it.
True. He was
not on the ground.
He was doing that aerial. He had 3 Red Robins. He was doing the
you
whole...
had War Machine who's crippled as hell, but he's just blowing things up because America. You know what I mean? Like
that was some dope ass explosions.
Speaking of someone.
Sorry, Tobes, you cut out for a quick second. You want to rewind what you were saying, homie? Oh, it's still cutting out.
That's too OP.
Oh, here, rewind. What were you just saying? Yeah, you're back now, but what were you just saying?
Okay, so speaking of someone who was too OP, Iron Man.
You think?
This version
Way
of
too
his
strong.
suit.
It can do anything. Yeah, it's a little bit one of those.
It was
it's a-
nanotech, so like it just could do anything. He had these blasters. It was cool. Everyone cheered like, whoa, when I was in the theater.
Yeah.
Those blasters that came out of nowhere from the side.
Yeah, when he
there,
took out
those were
Cult.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But like, he was way too strong. That's also anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what you got to give a man who can actually fight.
So
Yeah, that's true.
essentially, I get what we're saying. What they did in the movie was, oh, I get it. Earth's mightiest heroes.
Yeah.
That's what they did. The human heroes were given
Are the ones that are left.
the strongest. Yeah, they were the ones that are left, but they're also given the strength and the most screen time is what I realized.
Yeah.
Because if you take like Scarlet Witch, who has powers, not on it, kind of just tending to Vision,
Right.
who's OP, not there.
chilling.
Hulk, not
Not
there.
there.
But when you look at the humans, Captain America able to fight off a horde, Bucky able to fight off a horde, Black Widow.
I love she didn't die. I love that.
I love it too, but
I love that.
once again, how did those Outriders not swarm the humans so easily?
Yeah.
Like,
No. Widow's my girl. That's my girl.
I get it.
Widow is bad.
I love Widow. She's dope. She's got mad like she's mad smart. She knows how to
but
fight.
She's not that strong.
Yeah, that's my thing. She's strategic. When she fought Proxima Midnight, I was like, okay, that was a dope fight. When they first, because she just tosses the weapon to her and she's fighting Proxima almost pretty much on her own because no one jumped in.
Didn't they have
In
a scene with
Scotland.
Okoye, Scarlet Witch, and Black Widow? though?
That was a girl fight.
Yeah, that's the
But
girl.
before that, it was just 1-on-1, and then the other two jumped in, I think.
Yeah, they jumped
What
in
a
afterwards.
nice flash to a potential all-female Avengers
Oh,
movie,
A
though.
Force? Yeah, people are already posting pictures saying, please make
That'd
A
be
Force.
No, please don't make A-Force.
You don't want an A Force movie?
Listen, we need to just stop.
Carol Danvers?
We need to stop doing things just because people who are interested in comic book movies for this second are just jumping in. We don't need an A-Force.
I guess.
How long
I guess
did
you're right. That's probably how you get fatigue.
Yeah, how
If
long
you're
did
trying to
A-Force
just
the
make
movie?
everything.
How long did A-Force the comic book line last?
True, it died, yeah.
Fuck outta here with
They
that.
got rid of it.
We don't need an A-Force
But
movie.
I'll say this about the A4 story: it got killed because they crossed it over with the Secret War, Doom storyline, and that squashed it because that overarching summer event came into play. They had to stop telling the stories they were trying to tell, and I think that's what caused it to die. Because I feel like those summer events always end up hindering new titles, but that's a whole other conversation for another time.
So since we've been talking about like 15 minutes now about what didn't work, what did work according to you guys? In this
Everything
movie?
else.
Well, one thing I want to point out, Doctor Strange. I liked Doctor Strange a lot more in this movie than I liked in his own movie.
Interesting.
To me, he's up there in the weakest Marvel movies.
Oh,
as
you
far as
feel?
the movies that really-
Yeah, I don't need to watch that movie
Yeah.
again.
Absolutely.
I like his movie.
I do like
It
it.
was good. It was good. It was not on the Ant-Man was better,
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I like Ant-Man better.
right? So it was good, but it wasn't as good as all the other Marvel movies. Iron Man 2 being
Well, you know,
Nobody likes Iron Man 2, huh?
I didn't like
It's
Iron Man
not
2.
good.
I don't
It was
like
not good.
3.
I definitely don't like 3.
Whiplash. That's the villain Iron Man fought. Whiplash.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ivan Kramko or something.
Look how strong
Ivan
Iron Man
Kramko.
is now, and you think Whiplash would
Oh,
last
that's
it.
true, eh? When you think about where Iron Man is now compared to where he was with
Yeah,
Whiplash.
but like that was,
Come on.
I think that was like the goodness of that story versus it wasn't the best sequel. But like if you look at that and then you look at 3, you're like, okay,
yeah.
I'm
The
going with
storyline
2.
wasn't that good. The villain wasn't that good either. His accent was terrible.
Well, that's the thing, right? They had the villain problem. They
Yeah,
had the
they
villain problem.
had
Like
the villain
we have the
problem.
note here. I mean, we can jump to that now. Marvel has had a villain problem for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, the villain, Doctor Strange's villain. Meh, okay.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's also a guy who's in the comics and nobody cares about.
yeah.
But
Ant-Man's
he's
villain.
so strong in this movie. By the way, I love seeing his full extent of his powers in this movie. It's
Yeah,
dope.
that's true. Ant-Man's villain, Yellow Jacket. That's just corporate America wanting to make money. Like his whole backstory is that he was spurned as the apprentice to Hank Pym and was angry about it. Ooh, let's make a whole that's a weak villain.
Also, if you catch this,
Ghost looks dope in this next.
Ghost looks mad dope. That actress is amazing.
give it a second.
Sorry.
Also, if you want to accumulate, y'all are just crazy what you were going
I know.
on. son.
Sorry, man. Those
Shit.
tangents.
I'm waiting to
It's
jump
hard.
in. You're like,
We're going
I'm
different
sorry.
directions. We're all excited.
Also, keep in mind that the Yellow Jacket was simply a creation created by Hank Pym when he was in his angry stage post his wife Janet being lost in the quantum realm. So they also just kind of got rid of the Yellow Jacket thing without having to actually deal with the Yellow Jacket.
That's a good point. For the comic book, yes.
The Yellow Jacket was a part of his angry side, and then Scott Lang took the Ant-Man suit while Hank Pym was Yellow Jacket, and he just let him have the suit. So this just gets rid of that Yellow Jacket stuff. And quite frankly, afterwards, I don't know who Ant-Man's villains are. So hey, we're doing okay.
So
I like that Ghost is a villain.
With our mention of Ghost now, and
is Ghost?
We've been seeing a progression of Marvel villains. So your question here was, has Marvel fixed the villain problem? I think so.
With Killmonger, I think Killmonger was the first one that you could say yes. They figured out.
No, I started seeing it from Hela.
You felt?
Yeah, Hela was strong. They just didn't give her a strong finish.
Okay.
The way she came in after halfway through the second act, her whole reason for being there was just lost.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. I didn't get her motivation. Like,
right.
I mean,
no, she had motivation.
Yeah,
they just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair because her motivation was I was used as a weapon, and then when you weren't happy with how things were going, or if you weren't, it was essentially he didn't like her bloodlust anymore, right? Like, it got to a point where he was just like, no, your bloodlust is too much. He can't control me, so he locked me away. And his life force is what kept me away. That's fair.
So she was coming back to take over and rule over Asgard, but she took too long. She took so long. With her powers, why did it take so... It dragged on. Her reason for being there just got lost. So, but I started seeing shades of, like, a really good villain from her, and then Killmonger, boom.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And then Thanos is easily like I wrote, are they addressing the right issues? Killmonger's global equality thing, where the minorities are being mistreated, and we need to. And that's the thing I find very interesting.
Killmonger didn't want equality anymore, though.
Yeah, he just wanted to rule. He wanted to rule through. Well, hold on.
He wanted to roll through. He wanted to dish it back, eye for an eye.
He wanted yes, but that's the way he wanted the biblical equality.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that, like, they did this to us, we get to do this to them until it's actually even. Then we can all be happy and be at peace. And that.
But we're gonna be at the top, though.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would still be a dictatorship.
Yeah, his thing's a little murky in that region. It's a little too much. But
his initial speeches about why he was motivated to do this were on point.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean,
But he's got anger and revenge in there too, though. So sometimes, even though you have the noblest of actions, because you have, like, he saw his father die. He knows why his father died. Like, there's all these deep-seated things that he never got help for, that are also pushing or being the boosters for his motivation. And obviously sometimes you can just get pushed to the dark side in that regard, right? So
yeah,
that's what happened with him.
I mean,
but he was cool. He was cool as hell.
Yeah, I mean, people are really excited about the idea that Disney acquiring the Fox titles would mean they could have access to some of the better villains.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people really want
Galactus.
Doom. Galactus and Doom are the two that people really want to see come into play.
They're not going to do Doom yet.
Oh, no, Doom would definitely be way later.
Name me 2 Fantastic Four side villains, and I'm going to tell you that in the second, maybe third film, they're going to bring in Doom. Doom's not going to be no play one-time villain. Doom's going to be like, at the end of these movies, you're facing this guy. It's Doom.
Oh, so Doom's going to be like Thanos.
Yeah.
It's going to be a build-up.
It's Doom.
Yeah,
like, you're going to come out and just have Doom there and be like,
well,
or he's going to be in the first movie, get slightly defeated, piss off, and then just kind of be like the guy that they don't want to mess with, but they have to go through sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is in the comic book. He runs Latvia, and they kind of just, they can't really go chill. In. Yeah. Diplomacy. I mean, yeah, I think Marvel might have found the equation to telling the stories, because that's the thing. They made the villains redeemable. Like you said, Tobi, you like Thanos, and there's a reason you like Thanos, because he's better written as a villain, almost to the point where it's not actually a villain, it's more just his way of thinking is dangerous, but he still has a valid, he's still trying to do a valid thing, it's just that he's doing it in a dangerous way.
Right. So all the villains that we think have been working, by the way, there's a common thread here, is the fact that they've given us a little bit of a backstory on them.
Which is what we've always said. You need to establish your villains and you need to give us a reason to root for the bad guy and to root for Yeah, like the
That's what I
Joker.
was saying. They humanized them.
Yeah, the Joker is one of the best villains in any comic book movie. In almost all, I mean, Jared Leto's version wasn't great, but he was also somewhat interesting because it was a take on that type of character. But the Joker always has the motivation of, I don't have a motivation. My backstory is I'm crazy. I'm here to just make sure that no matter how safe you feel, at the end of the day, I might blow up your building. That's his motivation, and that makes the character interesting because every time you catch him and you put him in prison, and you're just like, well, you might have put him in a cell, but he can also twist people to get people to do things he wants.
Yep.
So there's. Other than killing him, you're always going to have a villain that is a threat to you no matter where he is. And that makes him interesting. And Thanos is the same way. Right now, when we saw the end of the movie and he's sitting peacefully and quietly, he's still one of the most dangerous motherfuckers in the universe. Even if he's just sitting out in the field watching the birds fly by, that dude could still turn around the next day and be like, you know what? We have to cull another half of the universe. Call up the Black Order. Let's go and do this. Another Black Order.
He still has the stones.
He still has the stones, right? At the end?
The only thing he doesn't have is a gauntlet. The gauntlet got destroyed. So I already know where the next movie is going to go into. The Avengers are going to go back to the giant dwarf.
Yeah.
Who, again, was overplayed by Dinklage.
Yeah, man. E3 sucked.
He has Game of Thrones character the whole time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I let that go. They're going to go to him and have him, we saw the mold for the gauntlet.
Yeah, because it's there. Yeah, the other one's there.
Yeah, so that's.
You think they're gonna make another gauntlet? I think that would be too easy.
I mean, they're gonna figure something out because you don't show a second gauntlet or the mold if you're not going back there.
Yeah, and Thanos doesn't know the stars back up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he wouldn't know that.
Yeah. Thanos is gonna go back there, have him redo the thing, and then destroy all of that shit. Thanos is like, oh,
well, that's what Tobi's saying. That's going to be another battle. Like that's going to be. I mean,
that's going to be where.
I wonder why they don't want to call it Infinity Wars 2. I mean, change it up
because that ish died with the Hunger Games.
What if
part 1 and 2 stuff? They stopped naming things part 1 and 2 once those things didn't do too well.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry,
What's your guess for what the next movie's going to be called?
Oh fuck! I'm not. I have no clue, man.
Infinity Gauntlet.
You think Gauntlet?
They're gonna go back.
Oh, yeah, he's right. Infinity Gauntlet's a pretty dope.
They're gonna go back.
Probably. Anyway, sorry, Tobi. Go ahead.
I think it's gonna be called Avengers Assemble.
Ooh.
Disassemble.
Oh man, both of y'all. I don't know what to say because every single.
He's doing $1. I'm doing $1.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Avengers. We have the old Avengers. Okay. Here's another theory.
Interesting. Assemble.
Everyone
disassemble.
right now is not dead.
Don't say anything.
Is that fair to say they're in the soul realm?
Okay, yes, I think so too.
Okay, I'm gonna counter.
Hold on. Okay.
Counter. They're in the soul realm, you believe?
Yes, I do also believe that.
Okay, quantum realm.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's probably.
Is Ant-Man going to address that?
And Captain Marvel is going to. Well, Ant-Man has Janet Van Dyne in there right now, right? So I feel like maybe he's going to find a way to be in there.
Is that what it does? That would be very interesting.
Also,
yeah, I'm not actually sure because I know Doctor Strange also could access it too, right?
Yeah.
Y'all notice that so we know everybody who died was a Phase 2 character. All the Phase 1 characters are still there, with the exception of like Okoye, M'Baku, whatever.
Yeah, the secondary characters of the Black Panther.
Cool, right? And then who are going to be the two who are just going to be there afterwards? But Ant-Man and Wasp. So y'all see how they legit pulled the original Avengers.
Is Ant-Man and Wasp not a prequel? I thought it's supposed to be.
It is before Infinity, yeah.
Okay.
But it might end with them popping back up. As shit just got.
I'm seeing what you're saying. So their movie is all about fighting ghosts who's in the quantum realm.
Or who can go through the quantum realm.
Or can go through the quantum realm.
Right.
They end up possibly in the quantum realm.
Finding Janet.
Bomb. Then everyone in the movie is sent to the quantum. Yeah, Infinity Wars gets sent to the quantum realm. The next movie is like Ant-Man, the Wasp, Ronin or Hawkeye, whichever version, and the rest of the team trying to find the way into the quantum realm or trying to find a way to bring them back from it. Interesting.
Okay, so also here's the thing too. Here's another side where I feel this might go is how we have the original Avengers left. The ones that we have left are the ones with the contracts that are expiring.
Truth.
right? Or expired. And we know the ones that are gone are going to come back because they have sequels coming out.
Yeah. Spider-Man, Black Panther, all
what
of them.
about you know how Thanos, and this is kind of a heartbreaker here for me. You know how Thanos had to actually sacrifice Gamora to get the Soul Stone?
Which was I laughed at that scene.
In order for the old Avengers to bring those guys back,
we're losing Tony.
It's going to have to be a sacrifice.
We're losing Tony.
Person for person.
Ooh, and you're saying it's Tony.
You think person for person?
I think person
for person would be
everyone
messed up, but no one's going to go see those movies.
Oh, are you serious?
No one's going to go see a movie without Scarlet, Chris, Tony. No one's going to see those movies. Like, you can't build an Avengers team off Bucky, Falcon, Black Panther, Vision, and Scarlet. Yeah, yes,
I think you could.
But if you look at them, they're all sidekicks except for Black Panther.
Bucky is going to step up and become Captain.
Iron Man's not a sidekick.
Iron Man's not a sidekick.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole team is not a sidekick.
No. Yes, but they're not going to be in Avengers movies. They're going to be in Guardians movies because they're the Guardians. In Avengers, we have the Avengers. So unless we're going to be
saying they're not going to cross over.
So unless we're going to do...
Guardians
Wait.
came into Avengers
Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Unless we get a West Coast Avengers with Hawkeye the leader because he was the original,
yeah.
you ain't getting that. Because this is what they could...
Why not?
Oh, what do you mean, why
not?
not?
You want a West Coast Avengers? Or you're saying why wouldn't they do it?
he wants to get rid of the originals.
Okay, I agree with you that yes, they need to get rid of the originals.
They can and they will, but it's not gonna
You don't think they're gonna do it? I think
they're not gonna pull that trigger.
Okay, so we right now, May 2nd, Geektastic Cypher, we are stating this. Skinny, you're saying that
I've barely gotten to get off half my points, so I'm just waiting.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying,
go ahead.
like,
he's doing the focus.
It's not even the focus. It's like you guys have to just look at it this way. Ant-Man and Wasp are happening here right before Civil War, but as they do their thing, it's gonna Infinity War things are gonna happen when they come back.
Yeah.
They may not even find Janet Van Dyne throughout the whole movie. They might be trying to find her and only get to her post-credit scenes. Who else do they find in the quantum realm in the post-credit scenes but everybody else? Now, it will be a sacrifice, but they're not going to lose everybody. They might lose the big three. The big three is
Captain
something
America,
that's
Tony
always
Hulk.
missing from the comics, from the
Hulk?
Avengers cartoon, from the whatever. The big three are always gone:
Thor,
Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America.
Those are the
big
three.
three. And I would understand if we lost Cap, if we lost Thor, but we're not losing all three.
I don't think we're gonna lose Thor though.
Exactly.
You're not losing.
So that's what I'm saying. Cap and Tony.
I'm gonna say Thor's gonna join the Guardians.
Ooh. Yeah.
I honestly
I
think
can see that because for their wild wacky adventures, I see him doing that. But then the core Avengers team will have to be West Coast,
and that's fair. Okay,
it will be West Coast because Wanda's still alive.
Yes,
if they're smart, especially with this whole Quicksilver thing, they are either going to not bring him back or bring him back. But if you have the time stone and you have the ability to go back in time, and you go back to the first Chitauri thing, who knows what you're doing over there?
I respect it.
Now, so it's going to be West Coast Avengers because Vision doesn't have his gem anymore, and he's just a gray android.
Oh yeah, it's weird when they do
just
that.
Like he was a white android with no personality in the comic book. So
creepy.
West Coast, Scarlet Witch, Hank Pym, for whatever reason he's just old. Ant-Man's going to be a part of the team, as will Wasp. Now we still have Hulk, who will either stay a part of the team or just leave.
Yeah,
because he can't actually control the Hulk no more.
Yeah,
Black Widow will be Black Widowed, and they could get rid of the originals, like what Tobi's saying.
And Captain Marvel's going to come.
Captain Marvel's going to join.
She's gonna show up,
but will she be a team player, or will she just be like, call me if you need me, and then the rest of you guys handle your ish? I'm
hoping that Captain Marvel and Thor and those guys end up being like the Galaxy Avengers, and I know that it's the Guardians, but I would want, this is my dream, is you divide the team, your West Coast team you just mentioned, and then you switch it up, and the space like. The way that in the comic book right now, Carol Danvers runs Alpha Flight and they protect the Earth from space. It's her, Thor, Rhodey. I would like War Machine to be with her because they do end up together in the comic book, and I think that would be.
He's too old, man.
He is too old. That guy's graying like aged.
You mean the character, the actor, Don Cheadle? Yeah, he did look quite a bit older compared to the second one.
Aged, boy.
Black don't crack, but you can get some miles.
Don Cheadle's also like 60.
But I mean,
he's old.
Okay, so fine. Maybe not him in the suit. Maybe someone else. Who knows? But I'm saying a War Machine ends up in space.
True, but this is also if we even ever get another Avengers movie.
Oh,
Because who's to say they don't have to do an Avengers movie? They can bring them back and be like, we have the Avengers here still, but to do a whole movie on them, we don't know. They might not. Yeah. They might not do that to the end of Phase 4.
Remember how many they still had? How many movies planned out? Apparently, like 19, 20.
Yeah, 19 to 20 more movies planned.
They don't have.
That's insane. Yeah. Because now that they have the X-Verse, do you think they just put that on hold and just create a whole new universe with just like X-Men characters?
I'm still holding off till that contract is signed, baby. That's all.
That's true. It looks good till it looks good next year. Though.
I would say, yeah. I would say, like, they would be like, well, we've dealt with these characters. We've made the Avengers as popular as they are, almost more popular than the X-Men. Now let's take what people really want and run with that.
True. Yeah. They did make.
They showed us that we can take no-name people and pop them out. Let's see what we do with like a B-class X. Let's see what they do with the X-Men without even including Wolverine first.
Yeah.
Yo, how about you just start me out for the Gambit movie? How about Gambit start off the X-Verse? That'd be dope.
Not Channing Tatum though. Find a better Cajun actor.
I think he's lost that contract.
I also want to. I also really want to deep dive into that. Why do Marvel we need a Gambit movie?
I personally would like a Gambit movie because you get the.
If we're talking about Thieves Guild,
yes.
If we're talking about his days in Louisiana, if we're talking about if they're gonna touch on, if not, the Mutant Massacre and his involvement in it and him working with Sinister, cool. But otherwise, do we need a Gambit movie?
Everything you just said is what I want. Yes, I want that version.
Okay.
I want the version where you find out that's like, isn't one of the versions that Sinister put a block in his mind?
So he can't use all his.
Yeah, he's actually way more powerful
than he is, but Sinister put a block in it.
Yeah,
he really
I want all of that. I want all of that.
And as a ruse for controlling, helping him.
Our buddy Dave from our Dad's Canon podcast always raves about this Gambit comic book where Gambit goes to different realms, different universes, and kills himself in those universes to be the last Gambit left. You remember?
Yes, that was very interesting.
What the issue was now, but I really want to read that.
Yeah, we have to ask him about that.
Okay, so a Gambit movie is valid.
Yeah, see, but
you couldn't start with a Gambit movie.
If Marvel takes over,
who thought they could have started with an Iron Man movie?
Yeah.
No, but he's right because Gambit's story relies too much on outside characters because it starts with other characters. Iron Man's story starts legit with just Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's true.
Gambit's story starts dead in the Fall of the Mutants, Outback X-Men. Everybody's split up. Storm's 13 for some reason, even though she was like, bro. Who would I
to start off an X-verse MCU movie
and not the regular X-Men character?
Charles Xavier.
Not the popular or famous ones.
No, like a Charles Xavier movie.
No, but he's
but not with him.
Yeah, because you're like he's saying no one on the Xavier original team or affiliated super pop. So like no Colossus either, right?
Yeah.
You want like outside characters?
I would say no Storm. You know what? Maybe can Storm?
Storm could if you want to, Storm could be MCU's first foray into the X-verse because mad people want to see Black Panther and Storm interact.
Yes.
So you could leverage that if Marvel wanted to. Now, don't get me wrong,
dude.
See, you're getting this excited already. I'm just gonna point out, black folks would call that shit out hard and be like, you're doing that so we go to the theaters. And they would be right, because we would all go to the theaters.
Well, if they had a Storm movie, then I'd understand it. Okay, but we have to establish this.
Yeah.
Because we have the assuming that they're going to do it this way, that the Avengers have been going 10 years strong.
Yeah.
Since 2012, so about 8 years strong. Are we saying that in another universe that no one knew, the X-Men have been going just as strong? Or we're going to take it that the X-Men have been going since 1960s, and then when we do meet them, it's going to be either their 90s counterpart, which are in the MCU, or their film now, or are they going to be where they were in the 2000s? Essentially, what team are we talking about and after what era? Is Jean already dead? Is Bishop already here? What are we talking about?
Toby, what was it?
Who's to say that we need to have the same kind of teams anymore?
But Toby,
you need to get out of here with that. Toby, you're not gonna bring me the X-Men and bring me the friggin' Exiles. Stop it. Don't do that. You want the originals. No. Stop it.
Quick question.
I do also want to see a mix-up because I've seen the originals.
What, Random and Morph and Sunfire and no, man.
And Shatterstar.
Oh God. Shatterstar in that Deadpool trailer.
There's
so
just
hilarious.
too many X people for anyone to be happy with whatever team they pick, because the X-Men change.
You'll never
members
be able to make
dip
everyone
and
happy.
leave and come back every 6 months on the X-Men.
Yes.
So I'm never going to be satisfied because I'm going to want the Banshee, Sunfire, Warpath team, but I'm also going to want the Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Storm, basically the only one-girl team they had. Also, I'm going to want Longshot, Psylocke, Dazzler, Storm as leader team. Like, there's too many. Just too many. I don't care who plays
how
Wolverine.
Excited you are about all these potential teams.
There's too many.
Yeah,
too many.
I mean,
I'm dying to see how they interpret it, though.
Yeah, MCU. If MCU is serious about this, I feel like Feige's gonna have to do some hard work in figuring out how to build this next tree.
That's what he's doing right now.
Well, the brothers already spoke. The brothers already said they would love to do Secret War, and then one of them gave the camera this look, so they've been ready.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, so who's?
Oh yeah, that's what you guys brought up last time.
Yeah.
The Secret War, the Doom Secret War, where all the worlds get patched together.
Well, they just said Secret Wars, so I don't know if they're talking about Beyonder, and we have these other fighters from a different universe that you're going to team up with to take on all these other villains that you've never seen before to go against your villains. Some been resurrected, some have not been.
Yeah.
Led by the Red Skull. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Avengers?
What you gonna do? Red Skull, cool cameo.
Yeah, that was a dope
We
cameo.
finally got a little sneak peek at what happened to him.
Yeah.
Obviously not the same actor.
No, it's the guy from The Walking Dead that did it.
Yeah, I forget his name right now. He was in this camp that they met up with. But anyway, it's not important.
You like how he looked like Death a little bit too, huh?
Yes.
You like how they did that, huh? I lost my shit.
Thank you.
I was in the theater like, yo, they did not just do that.
That's a good point. That scene, I really thought that was Death, and I was really, really excited. And then it was Red Skull, and I was just like, I'll allow it. I was disappointed, but I was still like, okay, that's cool. I respect that decision.
I saw that. I'm like, bravo, Marvel.
Yes.
Bravo.
Agreed.
Y'all got everybody with that. Good job. Good job.
Because all the deep comic book heads were like mad waiting for that to be Death. And we were just like, holy shit. This is
who's this floating thing? Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Tobes, go ahead. What were you saying?
Did the characters work well together? The ones that did end up teaming up? Because obviously they weren't all in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
Tony and Cap still haven't seen each other.
No, they didn't.
3 years.
Yeah, they have not.
didn't.
That's true.
The teams that we did get, one of them being Tony, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Drax.
Yes, Drax, Star-Lord.
So pretty much the Guardians
minus
Iron
Man.
The Guardians minus Groot and Rocket and Gamora. Yeah.
And Gamora, that's true.
Yeah.
That team to me was probably the most efficient.
That team, when they were fighting Thanos and were actually holding shit down.
The teamwork?
Yes.
What? Yeah, that was hard.
I was like, oh my God.
They're doing it. Yes. Yes.
And I was impeccable.
Impeccable. It was so well planned. It was funny how they're just like, they joked about the ideas and whatnot, but they really did come together and figured out a way to execute that plan well. And Mantis held so hard, and I respect that character even more so now because she tried so hard. But Peter Quill, Star-Lord, is a damn fool. And oh my God, he made the fact that he hits Mantis's hand. Yeah. Causing her to let go as the gauntlet is coming off the hand. I was like, dude.
He messed up hard. So before the team up to, what's it called? Ambush Thanos.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange went through 14,605,000 possible scenarios.
Yeah.
And then he tells Tony this, and Tony's like, "How many? Which one? How many did we
survive? Yeah, did we survive?
Succeed in or whatever?"
Yeah.
And Strange is like, "1."
Of course, it's 1.
Here's the thing.
Define success.
You're gonna say the same thing. I think my girlfriend said.
What?
Why couldn't he just tell Quill to calm down?
Oh no, sorry. My girlfriend said the reason he gives the time stone is because that's the only one in which they successfully win. Like he saw, like Doctor Strange, because even when Doctor Strange is disappearing, he tells Tony it's the only way.
Yeah.
He repeats it.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend she said, she was just like, yeah, that to me meant he had to give him the stone. They all had to disappear because the next phase only to come back. Yeah, that's what she was saying. Which I
definitely got that too, but I was wondering what if he did warn him? That what kind of other possible outcome would there have been if he did warn Quill? You know what I mean? Because
not to slap him?
Huh?
You're saying, what if he just told him, hey, when he gets here, she's dead. Don't be a fool. Let's get the job done. We can try and figure that out afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that.
It made me wonder. Okay, what if he did warn him? What other possible outcome could there have been if there was also another scenario where they do get to the point where they're pulling the glove off, and he's already warned Quill about what Thanos is going to say?
I mean, if we're rewriting the story, if you do pull off the gauntlet and Quill actually keeps it calm, unfortunately, Quill puts the gauntlet on.
Yep.
And tries to bring her back. That's the scenario I see.
Yeah.
And that leads...
and still causes more chaos.
Chaos.
That would have been a cool twist.
That would have been a cool twist. But it would have caused as equally as much turmoil.
Damage.
And because, everyone would be like, you can't bring people back from the dead. It would cause a whole thing. Thanos is going to start going crazy. Like, yeah.
So So thoughts for the sequels as we... because we've been
this
for a minute.
We're wrapping up.
Dude, there's so much to talk about this movie. It's insane.
But I think we did first impressions.
Yeah.
I think we did fairly compared to the other movies. But if you got, for me, it's in my top 4: Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Infinity War. Those are the 4.
What order is there?
You put Black Panther over Winter Soldier.
I'm not putting them in an order.
Okay.
I'm just saying those are my top 4.
Okay.
I do have Black
so
Panther
that's
over
what we're
Winter
doing.
Soldier for me personally, though.
I actually don't.
That's fair.
That's deep. I don't either.
That's fair. But for you guys, is it
It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna throw the first Iron Man in there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I
For what
really like the
for
first
what
Iron
it
Man.
means. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First Iron Man's in there. Legit in my order, it goes Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Civil War, Black Panther, Iron Man. I liked Age of Ultron.
Homecoming?
What?
Homecoming?
Shoot, snap. Okay, so I gotta read it. Flip mode. See, I forget Homecoming.
Over Age of Ultron for me.
All right. So what did I have? I had Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Homecoming, Civil War, Iron Man 1.
Black Panther?
Yeah, we'll throw in Black Panther above.
Some tie.
Sometime.
It's hard.
Black Panther, honestly, Black Panther and Homecoming are probably neck and neck for me. So those are in the same tier. And then, it goes Guardians 1 and 2 together because that's one movie to me.
That's true.
I really like the
It's
second
3
one, but
months.
whatever.
Guardians 1 and 2, Age of Ultron, and Doctor Strange and everything else.
Okay. Mine, I don't have mine that organized. The other thing is I don't like to compare the comedic ones to the serious ones. Like Winter Soldier is a spy thriller.
That is, that's Red October if I ever seen that.
Yeah, and it's hard to compare that to Guardians.
I love that.
It was so good.
Winter
It's
Soldier.
probably
Winter
the only Marvel movie that I've watched
I've seen it 9 times, and that's the one movie I didn't see in
I'm
theaters.
probably gonna go watch that right now after this show.
I saw Winter Soldier a year after it came out, just downloaded.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I was like, I'm never not seeing a Marvel movie the week it comes out. Because I waited on Winter Soldier, and it was the best. I was like, what am I doing?
It is a good movie.
How did I not see this? So
And you didn't see Doctor Strange.
I saw Doctor Strange in theaters.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I kept hearing
I've
you
seen
say
them
you
all
did.
in theaters. All of them.
Oh, okay.
Except in Inhumans. I didn't watch Inhumans, but
Oh, yeah, no one's doing that.
But
So we covered
overall
everything
thoughts,
that we wanted
at this
to.
point.
Adam's coming. That's all I'm saying too.
Oh yeah,
Adam's coming.
So in the next movie, quick ideas. Next movie, Thanos. They definitely have to confront Thanos. I think they will do the comic book thing of referencing Nebula is the one that ends up with the gauntlet at one point.
Right.
I think maybe. I don't know, but I feel like she's gonna have something to play. Hopefully.
Wait, was she still around at the end?
Yeah, she's.
It's only her and Tony left on Titan.
Yeah.
She might be
She's
the sacrifice too.
She's only the new. Yeah, she's only the new one that's.
That's a good point.
Left.
She might be the sacrifice for Gamora, because
Oh.
Gamora was willing to sacrifice herself and knew giving up the stone meant the end of the world, but still did it for her sister, even though the sister tried to kill her repeatedly.
Yep.
So I think I feel like Nebula feels like she owes her a debt. I think she does.
true.
Yeah. So Nebula, Adam is going to be there because Skinny was right. We didn't see him yet, but he's definitely going to be coming.
Adam Warlock has to go. If they not bring him into this movie and then turn around and bring him into Guardians 3,
That would be weird.
I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that would be a waste.
What are you doing?
Someone that powerful.
Him and Captain Marvel in the same movie.
However, if they don't do that, bring him in the third one and just have him turn to Magus and then him going, then I'm all for it.
Oh, that's okay. That's an interesting take.
Next villain.
Yeah, next villain that'll be ultra powerful but a good guy. So I don't know. Who knows?
Okay. Captain Marvel, Nebula, Tony Stark, Cap,
And the originals.
the originals, and
Okoye and M'Baku.
yeah,
And they got Okoye's husband the fuck out of here.
Wakabi.
Yeah,
they did.
Wakabi's the
Wakabi
fuck
was
out of here.
nowhere.
He's dead. They killed
Yeah.
him. They killed him. So, oh my gosh, he's dead.
You think he faded or he got? Because it's weird
He
that
got
they don't.
ousted from Wakanda for sure.
Oh, that's what you think.
What?
I think so
Why
too.
isn't he not there?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what happened.
I
to
do-
you.
I
They
agree with
exile
that.
you.
You're gonna be the only black person in Wakanda to
Yeah,
not get
'cause-
screen time. Stop it.
Because they made a reference to the border tribe about
Yeah.
what's left of them. Very interesting. Subtle
brother.
notes. Yeah, guys. I mean, we have geek news, but I almost don't want to.
Yo, Hasbro got Power Ranger toys.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I gotta buy them back.
Hold on. Let me just play the music. For it. Here we go. And now, in geek news, Hasbro acquires Power Rangers.
Which means they're just gonna make more toys that I have to buy, including
Yeah.
which includes Star Wars, Marvel Legends, and everything else. So I love you and hate you at the same time, Hasbro. Stop spending my money.
Hasbro acquires Power Rangers and gives all the movies to Michael Bay.
Oh,
No, but yeah, because he could probably work on them action sequences. That shit was.
Hey, they're like, he's done Transformers. Why not give him Power Rangers? If people watch Transformers for some reason, he's still gonna make money.
No, still.
please, God, don't.
Netflix titled Sabrina. What? Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah, so that Sabrina series that's going to be coming to Netflix that's kind of tied into
linked to
Riverdale is it's going to be titled Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I don't really understand how you're going to link those universes together because Riverdale is
non-mystical and non-magical.
Yeah.
At all. So you're gonna be like a jump across the water and everything's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
There's all of a sudden witches over here.
Yeah, we just don't go to Salem anymore.
Arrow characters are leaving at the end of the season. Thea Queen and
Already
Quentin
left.
Lance.
Good. Quentin Lance
Yeah.
needs to leave.
Oh yeah, he's not holding it down.
He's the mayor now.
Yeah, I heard because what's his name got arrested. But Thea Queen, you wanted her to go?
She already bounced. She's gone. I don't need her.
Yeah, she was only doing 10 out of 23 episodes or something.
Legit?
She said they said she didn't care anymore.
The state Arrow's in now. He's fired everyone off his team. It's just solo dolo Arrow, and he's getting brucked, but he's also doing his own thing. Like they had 2 episodes centric on just the villain this
Oh,
season.
wow.
And they were great episodes. So
Interesting.
like,
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I thought this one was a joke when I saw it at first. So I don't know if you guys saw that girl from Modern Family did a thing for Funny or Die.
Yeah.
Where she did the Dora the Explorer live action.
Okay.
So that was a joke. But then someone was just like, hey, you know what? Let's actually make a Dora the Explorer movie.
She better explore the hood.
So, speaking of Transformers, the young Latina girl from Transformers in the last one is the one who's been cast as Dora the Explorer.
What's she gonna explore?
I don't know. She's going to be a teenager. She's going to be running around with Diego, her cousin, and she will actually have a monkey because that's what we need.
Yo, please explore impoverished nations, please.
Please don't give me this before Why the Last Man. Give me a good monkey.
Yeah.
So I can-
Yeah.
Just flip it on everyone's head and make it like the darkest, most like social, economic, like commentary movie ever. Please,
That would be
please.
interesting.
Dora
That would
goes
be-
to the hood. Senator Harlan, please.
Like Ernest.
Dora's earnest now.
Vivarium.
Dora's scared stupid.
Welcome to the hood. Welcome to my hood. It's like
Dora
T-Pain.
goes,
People just driving around in lowriders. So this one I'm going to give Vivarium, Imogen Poots and Jesse Eisenberg, a sci-fi thriller.
Her name's Imogen.
Imogen, sorry.
Oh, okay.
But the only reason I put this one is because the description sounds kind of cool. Poots plays a young woman who, along with her fiance, is in search of the perfect starter home. After following a mysterious real estate agent to a new housing development, the couple becomes trapped in a maze of identical houses and forced to raise an otherworldly child. Who wrote that? That sounds
What?
weird AF.
Yeah, I don't need to see
I don't mean
this.
interesting as in I want to see the movie.
mean
Interesting
just
as
weird.
in how do people come up with these ideas now?
LSD.
I know I
You know
said there's nothing original, but I don't need it to be this original. That shit sounds
no.
like a fucking
This is
fever
straight
dream.
up a writer, straight up a guy who's been writing for years. Nothing ever came, and then
Yeah.
his wife started working in real estate, and then he had a nightmare one night where he was stuck in a. I swear to you,
This is
that's
how
what
it
this
came
That's
to
what
happened.
happened.
be.
Yeah, I'm with
He
that.
had a nightmare of being inadequate, and
That is hilarious, though.
No, that's how it happened,
That
yeah.
is hilarious.
Empire.
he had about identical houses, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that is jokes.
Hilarious.
Okay.
What?
Laura Cohen is to return for The Walking Dead season 9.
Who was that?
Maggie.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, they're
Well, she got a new show. That's why people didn't think she was coming back. She has a new
What
show,
new show she got?
Whiskey Cavalier.
Yeah, okay.
She plays a CIA agent working with the FBI. People really thought she was leaving the show, especially since it was like negotiation time,
And she wasn't getting paid.
and she wasn't getting paid. Yeah,
Blah.
exactly. So it looks like they've worked out the negotiation thing. And what people are saying now is the new show is going to be a pilot. It's not picked up for sure.
Yeah.
So if it flops, she gets to stay on The Walking Dead. So essentially, she's just smart. She worked out her backup
Covering
plan
her
already.
own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which
either
is what a lot of these other actors don't do, like our
Yeah.
dear old friend Adrian Palicki.
yeah.
Never covers her ass and just jumps ship and always gets
Yeah, that was
left
rough.
off the draft.
Why, what happened?
Well, she left Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
because they're supposed to do the Most Wanted series.
Right.
That never got picked up.
Right, but then she's on what's it called now?
Orville.
Yeah.
but she had a minute between.
She all right.
A while, man.
She
So many
yeah.
canceled pilots she was a part of.
True, yeah, Wonder Woman and Lost in Space, the 2014 one, and there's like 4 or 5 that she's been she's had pilots that didn't get picked up.
Hey, man,
The
Minority
Mockingbird,
Report was
anyway.
a-
Oh yeah, Minority Report was a horrible show. Sorry, Toby, what'd you say, man?
I said Mockingbird, but that was not a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
The most.
What's the one with the
It was
Most
supposed,
Wanted? Or
yeah, it was supposed to be
something?
Most
Oh,
Wanted.
Most
Avengers
Wanted,
Most
yeah.
Wanted.
Yeah.
And real quick for renewals, Westworld season 3 is confirmed. Empire renewed for season 5, so that's.
Never watched season. Oh man.
I thought Empire was dead.
I
The
didn't
way
know.
people were talking about it, the ratings dropped really bad. And
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was looking like it wasn't going to get renewed. So I guess they did something. Good for them.
Sure.
I haven't watched since Chris Rock was on it.
I haven't watched ever.
Oh shit.
I'm a Power. Person.
Yes,
I watch
props.
Power. I
Props.
don't
Power's
watch
dope.
Empire. I watch Power.
And then this last bit of news, which I'm a little, I don't know what to take.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is unsure if Deadpool 3 will happen.
Yeah, man. Quit while you're ahead. He says it in the trailer.
True.
Yeah.
Why am I going to force a 3? Quit while you're ahead.
He said, because in the article, I think he's talking about how like they've established the X-Force, so they can start to make like more X-Force movies.
Team up movies.
Yeah, but he doesn't think he's not sure they'll do it.
You gotta come correct if you're gonna do a third one.
Yeah,
So
that's what he
you can't
said.
rush it.
Yeah, he said if you're gonna do a third one, there has to be a really amazing story with like a dirt cheap budget, like low. He wants it to be like raw.
Like strip it.
Yeah, he wants it to be raw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like make Deadpool lose everything, and now he's like wandering the world or something.
You know
I don't know.
what series was it? Was it Cable in Deadpool 1 where Cable becomes like super like he cured of the technovirus? So he's actually like
Jesus.
he was
So
actually
powerful, is he?
exactly. He was
Yeah.
allowed to like actually become like Jesus, and he was curing everything on the world and
Hot damn.
And people were like, "Yeah, we need to stop Cable."
You're too powerful. We don't like you anymore.
That's what it was, and Deadpool
No,
was trying to stop him the entire time. It was actually a really good book.
That's crazy. I mean, in the comic book, he's out to kill Cable right now. His new storyline is him killing Cable. He's back to it's called Despicable Deadpool. That's it, and he's going after a whole bunch of people.
So he's back to doing stupid things.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, people said they want him to be back to who he was because they tried to make him. They made him an X-Men. They made him a Avenger working for the crooked Steve Rogers. All this stuff. So people were just like, "Yo, man, Deadpool's not supposed to be the dude that works with people and holds it down and is out there saving the world." Like, there's one storyline where he like turns on Captain America to help mutants and like being the good guy, and people were just like, "This is hella unrealistic. Deadpool is a despicable, selfish asshole. Why is he caring about people now?" So I guess that's why they did it. So he's back to being despicable Deadpool in the comic book.
I want to invent something called Fanboy Write a Comic Day,
Ooh, interesting.
and I want to see them all fail. So when they come back with these things, like,
Yeah.
Okay, write it, boy, write it. Go ahead.
But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much the end of the show. I just want to remind people real quick, it is Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, May 5th.
That's what I have to do.
So if you guys are comic book fans, go online, look up Free Comic Book Day and look up your local comic book shop, and you can hit up. A lot of the comic book shops are going to have kind of like intro stories to get people into, catch you up in some way. There's also, I mean, there's always the limited ones that they've been doing the last few years where they're like highly sought after and there's only like 10 copies at every store. So I'm unfortunately going to be at a wedding, but you guys, the listeners, please go do it for me because I will not be able to get
I'm
anything.
unfortunately going to be at a wedding.
I mean, I'm happy to be going to the wedding. It's not. I shouldn't have said it like that. Apologies. Shout outs to the couple, the happy couple.
I think they understand.
Yeah, but it's just.
So you didn't want to come to our wedding, eh?
I want to go to your wedding. I just want free comic books. That's also what I want.
Comic books, plural. Like if you go to a different store, you'll get one. Another. Like how does this work?
When you go for Free Comic Book Day, there's sometimes like 10 free titles that you can get. Yeah. It's because they want you to get addicted, man. So they're going to give you as much free stuff as they can and hope that when you read that, you're just like, man, I want to know what happens next. Because all of that shit ends with a cliffhanger. Every single one.
I'm already on my paperbacks, and I have my X-Men collection.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys are looking to become comic book geeks and fans, this is a perfect opportunity to jump in. So once again, go to Free Comic Book. I think the site's freecomicbookday.com or something like that. I'm not 100% sure.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, freecomicbookday.com. I think it has a store locator based on where you are. If you are in the Montreal area, shout outs to Comico over by Snowden Metro. Shout out to Crossover Comics over by Lano Gru. Tobi, you hit up Silver Snail, right? In T-Dot?
We got Silver Snail 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on May 5th, baby.
There you go. So, yeah, they do a whole day of it. Yeah, they do a big thing, right? Yeah. So, guys, check out those spots and get your free comic books. That's the end of the show.
Yep.
Always a fun one.
No, this is
Can I, before we finish,
of course.
I do want to know you guys' ratings for the movie out of 5.
Sorry. Yes.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
5.
4. For me, it's a 4.
It's a 5 for me.
Ooh, wow. Is that your first 5?
Yeah. That's my first 5.
Damn, yeah.
That's my first 5. I have no complaints about this movie whatsoever.
Damn.
I came in, I was smiling when I went in, smiling when I left. My girl was super depressed. I was like, what's wrong with you? She's like, it was a sad movie.
Man,
Like,
I heard a story about an 11-year-old kid, someone's like son that watched it and just was destroyed at the end of the movies. I think there's a certain age you can't just watch your heroes die like that.
Yeah. Yeah, for kids, that must have been hard because you just see them
Traumatizing.
Like from the first one when Bucky literally turns to dust and goes, you're like, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the thing is, what I love about that is like it's a soft death. With people like everybody died. I'm just like, would you rather see people just explode?
True.
And get impaled and
like
legit
Gamora,
blood out the mouth?
Yeah,
like
Gamora didn't get an easy death of turning to dust. She
I
got
saw
thrown
Green
off.
Lady head blood. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
true.
They did the Family Guy leg
I'm
roll.
going to give it 4.25 out of 5.
Okay. With the 2.5. The 2.5.
Yeah, I'll give it 2.5. I don't want to go to full 4.5.
Jeez.
I did have my nitpick, which we talked about at length at the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the only reason why. But it's pretty much as perfect as it's going to get for me with Marvel movies.
So I guess that's 13.25 out of 15. That's still a very good score. Out of
Real
the.
good.
So yeah, guys, that's the whole show. Tobe, do you want to tell the people anything?
Nah. See y'all next episode.
Skinny.
Follow me in Action Figgy Skinny because I take predictive pictures of everything. If anyone saw Thanos drape up a Black Panther like that by the throat, I took that picture weeks before that shit happened. So, yep. Action Figgy Skinny, Instagram. Find me.
Skinny is an oracle, by the way. He's connected to the Force or something because he has predicted many a things on the show.
Like me, where's my check mark? Or just make me a black character of some sort. I'm down.
Put me in a comic book.
Put me in a comic book.
And then, yeah, that's the whole show. My name is Brian Doc Holiday. You guys can follow us, the Franklin Armstrong Collective, on Twitter and Instagram at @AStrongFranklin. You can follow us on Vero under Franklin Armstrong Collective. You can follow us on Facebook, like, subscribe, get involved on Facebook.com/Franklin Armstrong DOTCOM. And the website, as always, is FranklinArmstrong.com. We have Geektastic Cypher up there. We're going to have That's Canon in a few weeks. Hopefully, I think. A few weeks we're planning to launch it. Official?
Yeah. We're pretty much.
Yeah, we have a good long list of stuff, man. I'm really actually looking forward to releasing those because there's quite a few that we've done, and we're looking forward to, especially this one, Coyotes. I'm really looking forward to people.
That was so
Anyways,
funny.
yeah. But yeah, so that's the whole show, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week for another edition. So don't go. I was gonna say don't go anywhere, but there's nothing next.
Well, no, don't go. If you
Yeah,
want,
you know, it's
stay
true.
Right there till our next episode is released.
True. Stay on the website. If you're listening to us live right now and you're on the website, we have trailers. There's a whole trailer section where we just posted up.
Bookmark it.
Yeah, we just posted up the Ant-Man trailer, so go watch that right now. Go listen to last week's episode or all the past episodes because they're all there under podcast. So there you go. Don't go anywhere. Stay on the site. And yeah, that's it. Peace, guys. That's it. That's all. We out.
Peace.
Peace.